Hi, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Practically Answered podcast. I'm your host, Crystalline, and this podcast was created to give you the practical answers for the life you are living. So, as y'all can see, we have another guest. Okay, we have another guest, and I'm so excited for this episode because, first of all, this is the final episode of season 1.
Woo!
I'm so excited. Okay,
Yes.
this podcast for the first season has been really, really good. It's been deep, but it's been good. So I thought not robbery to bring this guest on because they have a lot of wisdom and they can speak to today's topic. With that being said, today's topic is the pressure to have it all together. And when I tell y'all, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a weighty subject, but I believe that it is going to help you. It is going to minister to you. So I hope that you are ready. I hope you got your pen and paper, your napkins, all the things. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so like I said, you guys, we have a guest today, and we're gonna get some backstory on our guest today. So today's guest is a multi-talented creative and a community leader. Okay, an author, educator, singer, songwriter, and a chef of Marcell's Kitchen. Okay, they're also the founder of an outreach program called Reach. Okay, which stands for Restoring Every Avoided Creation's Hope, a mission dedicated to uplifting and restoring individuals through compassion and encouragement and purpose. Okay, we're excited to have them join us on today's episode. Please put your hands together for Mr. Marcell Boyd. Listen, yes, tell the people how you doing.
Hello, people. Hello, world.
Yes.
Listen, first, I just do want to start by saying thank you before I even go into talking about myself.
Mhm.
Thank you for giving me space on such a platform.
Yes, yes.
Woo, because these cameras is on.
No, you're fine. You are fine.
But we bless God. But I do thank God for this opportunity.
Mhm.
Gosh, because
Mhm.
but we bless God.
Listen. What we gonna do is relax. That's what we gonna do. No, because like I said, I believe that this topic, you've been through so much, and just knowing you personally, knowing your story, and knowing the things that you've gone through, for the things that you've shared with me, I truly believe that this topic was meant for you. I literally was praying. I'm like, Lord, who can I do this podcast with? And you kept coming in my spirit, and I was like, okay. I was like, all I could do is ask and be obedient.
Right,
and when he said yes or no, I did it. So I'm so glad you took the opportunity to come here on today and sit down with us to share your perspective and your wisdom.
Absolutely.
So starting off, like I said, the topic is called the pressure to have it all together. Now, I want to first question I want to ask you, what does having it together even mean? Like, what do you feel like that means?
Oh, that's a great question. Having it together, oh gosh, that's actually broad. Because there's so many avenues that you find yourself having to have it together.
Listen, okay.
Because you know us, you still have a work life, you have a personal life, and then if you have a personal life outside of your personal life, you know. If God has given you vision, if He's giving you ideas, you have to know how to still maintain all those things.
Yes.
And keep focus. Plus, trying your best to keep Him first in what you're doing, because sometimes we want what we want, and it's not always because it's what God is telling us that we should have.
Yeah.
But we know sometimes that we desire certain things.
Yeah.
And so when you say keep it all together, I can just think about my brother-in-law actually bought me this shirt that said I did everything but fold.
Ooh.
Hold
on, because okay. I did everything but fold. Wow. Okay.
And I remember actually he said he bought it with the idea of me. And so, of course, it said a lot to me.
Yeah.
But I remember one day putting the shirt on, and of course, you walking past, people are reading the shirt. And someone was like, "Oh my gosh, that sounds good." And I'm like, "Listen, because baby, I could have been folded a long time ago, okay? Fold some clothes, fold everything. Listen, you hear me? But but I think that's really what it is, because in any and every capacity, you want to find yourself not folding. Because whatever God brings you to, it's true, you can make it through it. Whatever God brings you to, you have to remember and or remind yourself that you're on the winning team. So you win regardless. But with life and everyday challenges, because we're still people, right?
Yes.
We still have feelings, we still have emotions. But you make up in your mind, even if it means talking to yourself, even if it means encouraging yourself, you make it your business to not fold. You know?
That's good.
And people don't know what it looks like behind the scenes.
Okay.
People don't know what it looks like behind closed doors. People just tell you, you make it look easy. But if you know, with much prayer, much alone time, again, encouraging yourself, that's what it looked like to me. Like, just not folding. You know?
I love that. I love that. That is so, so good. And it's just so much confirmation in what you're saying. The reason why you're even here, because a lot of the stuff that you just talked about is in my cards. Okay. So now, I want to go into another, just to dig a little bit deeper, was, this question says, was there ever a season where you personally felt pressure to maintain an image while struggling internally?
Absolutely. Being in ministry. And as you all know, we grew up in the church. You don't really get room to say what you want to do. You don't get room to say what you feel like doing. You just do it. And then before you know it, you build this, it's not a persona, but you learn the posture of church, you know? And how silly can I be?
You could be.
First of all, I want to sit up.
This is a real uncut,
yes,
raw
podcast. I'm just gonna sit up for y'all because I've been holding it in since I've been sitting back here. Okay, my stomach can't hold it too much longer.
I can't.
But I can most definitely tell you, being in the posture of being a worship leader, and I was a worship leader for years. Was it always something I wanted to do? No. Was it something I desired to do? No. But you know, we're a gifted family. So you don't get room to say, And so it'd be like, well, you're going to go up there and say, you're going to do this. And so before you know it, became my posture. So then I knew to worship, or I knew that I had some position to lead. But what people fail to realize, when you do things with integrity, right? It'll bother you when you want to step away from what you know. And it's not because you're afraid of what people may say and think. And I mean, I know everybody has their own opinions and ideas of how it go, but sometimes you realize you never really even knew the real you.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh my gosh, this is a part of me now that I'm learning. Because I remember the first time I stepped outside and decided to be on the scene. I'm not a person at club. I don't really care for all that stuff. But I did want to know, what have I been missing? You know? And when you build this posture of church and things of that nature, you start to realize, like, dang, but do I really even know myself? Because some point you do everything you were taught. Not what you learned necessarily, you know? But it was more so what was put on you. And so then you get before these people, you're singing, but you know, some days I want to go over here, or some days I want to be here, or some days I just want to take a moment, because sometimes you can pour and not be filled. And so that'll kind of help push the idea of stepping away from that posture. Because now I need to find me. And in this season of my life, if I can be just that transparent, in this season of my life, that was something that I had to do. Even with stepping away from worship, praise and worship, or being a praise and worship leader, it was God, as I learn these new phases of me, as I grow into who you called me to be, my biggest thing is don't let me go astray. Don't let me go too far.
Yeah.
And or while I'm in this, continue to give me direction. Because typically the church will tell you your phases are going to always be biblical. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just going to just keep it wrapped around God. And of course, over time, so, because I probably was a praise and worship leader for about 6 years, 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And again, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was more like, you could sing, we need you.
Yeah.
Use the gift. And then you, and seeing is that there. So then when they started giving scripture behind, I need you, it'd be like, okay, dang, now there is applying word to this thing. Like, don't do that. Don't make me feel guilty because, but I fell in line because I'm like, okay, God, if this is what you want from me, if this is what, because of course he's given me the gift, so I cannot shut up on the gift. But at the same time, who's supposed to be singing blues? You know what I'm trying to say? But what happens is over time, you fall into this, it's this like cycle. So it's like, okay, I'm going to get up Sunday morning. I'll be in church 2 hours early because I'm going to do warm-ups and I got to do this and I got to do that. And then I became the assistant to the minister of music. So I guess I was, and then before you know it, became one of the choir directors. And I was like, oh, okay, Lord, you're just going to keep giving me stuff.
Add on to it.
Right. And I'm like, but here it is. Is this really what I want? And if I could just go back just a little bit, it reminds me of a topic that I had with a friend of mine the other day. When you're just a leader from the womb, right? Like when that's just your niche.
Yeah.
It's just who you are.
Yeah.
Even every job I've even came on, it was kind of like that leadership thing. And so you carry, you want to keep this thing going. You want people to, because they know you as the leader. They know you as the one that'll be in the forefront. They know all these things. So then it becomes, gosh, I don't want to be a person that's living a double life. I don't want to be that person that's living a lie. I don't want to be the person that's telling people how to live, because I can't tell you how to live. Right? But I don't want to be up there making, and it's not that I'm condemning, right? But it's that learned behavior. So you're up there and you pressing people. And so I'm like, okay, Lord. So when I went off to college, that was my way of escape. Yeah. Because now I don't have to, and it's not that I was pretending, but I'm like, Lord, here it is again. I'm so caught in tradition that I'm missing myself. Wow. Everybody's constant. Oh, you better not do this, and you better. But how am I to have my experience? Yeah. How am I to know where I'm supposed to be? If everybody's journey is different, everybody's phase of life is different. So here I am now in front of people, trying to keep it together because there are days I don't want to do this. There are days I'm singing my heart out. And y'all know sometimes you be up there singing and you be tore up and the people ain't, but because you like that, because Lord, I really need, like purge me, Lord, do something new. And so again, you stand in front of all these people and you're giving them what they know you could give. Yeah. Or you're giving them the typical you or what they're expecting.
Your gifts come without repentance.
Right, right. And so you're up there and you're going and you're going and you're going. But deep down on the inside, you're lost. You're calling for help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, and I said all that to say, being in that position, I had learned how to mask a lot. Yeah. And it teaches you that. And I'm not blaming the church, so I need all the saved people not to get too deep on me. I'm just talking about for me. Yeah, yeah. And so, and that's where I landed. I was like, okay, Lord, like maybe my last year or so of just being a praise and worship leader, it was not what I wanted.
Yeah. I think to speak on that, one of the things that I wrote down in my notes is a lot of people aren't tired from life. They're tired of performing. And it almost kicks into or kind of teeters the line of survival mode. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like so many people, especially in today's culture and way of life, it is so easy to just kind of become robotic, if that makes sense. Especially if you know what I'm saying, like just to speak to what you were saying earlier about, going from, I grew up in church and I do all the things, and then now I'm trying to venture off in life and find my way, but you still feel constricted,
right?
And I feel like that's a dangerous place because one, you are outside of who God has called you to be. You are being what other people feel like you should be.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So, the next question is, why do you think people are uncomfortable admitting they are overwhelmed?
Because when so there's a, can I take my time?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I hope y'all ready. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So could be a host of things. One thing would be, again, if there's just a standard that everybody's just expecting.
Yeah.
You find yourself just falling subject to wanting to make sure you're meeting the expectation of people. Right? But then you start to realize, and this is what God had to help me see. If this was something that I've given you, right? If this is, I'm not that I'm going to make it easy, but you should have some sense of ease about it. You shouldn't feel burnout. And then there's that imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah.
Because when you start to live to the expectation of others, the moment you can't, you start to question what's wrong with you.
Correct.
And so I said all that to say, sometimes, or majority of the time, it's not as easy because it could be a spiritual thing where you want people to see that the God in me is really working, and or because you've helped me to this expectation, and or this is just who I am.
Yes.
It can be a host of things that'll cause you to not say it. And then sometimes you don't want to be the one to discourage the next person.
Yes.
Because if I am to now say, I'm tired, I want to break from everything.
Yeah.
People will be like, okay, wait, you? I never known you get tired. I never known you to have moments where you felt wavery or you felt like, okay, I'm feeling burned out.
Yeah.
Or I want to tap out this season.
Yeah.
Just for me. And so what happens is we rob ourselves because, again, we're setting a tone for everything else. Mama may tell you, oh, I know that you can do this.
Yeah.
So now I want to live to the expectation.
Yeah.
Siblings are now saying, you the one that do all of it. So now do I continue that?
Yeah.
Realizing that sometimes you're not just crippling yourself, but you can be crippling the people connected to you.
Talk about it. Yeah.
And but because of the posture, like whatever you find yourself walking into, this sometimes is what leads you here.
Yeah.
When your upbringing is a certain way, it could even stem from mama needing you to be the one to stay home today just to go pay the light bill. And then before you know it, now I need you to stay next week to take care of this. And then it becomes so.
Yeah.
What happens is they birth something out of you, or they create a side of you that was never planned. It becomes more of, I just need your support, but they don't know what it does to you, right?
Wow.
They don't realize that, okay, is this now my person? Is this now the posture I continue to carry?
Yeah.
Do I continue to walk in this because I heard mama say, I need you?
Yeah.
So now every time something come up, do I be the first one in place? Or to hear somebody tell you, well, Chris, I can depend on you.
Yeah.
You never seem to let me down.
Yeah. The
one day you decide to feel like, and it's not to let a person down, but I don't want to do this today.
Yeah. I need a moment.
Right. But but the sad part is we begin to beat ourselves up for the moments that we want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then you cover it by just saying, oh, I'm fine. Oh, yeah, I can do this another day. Oh, you need me to sing? Oh, I'll sing for you. Or you need me to serve? Okay, I'll get in the kitchen. Or you need me to watch your kids? I can do that for you. Or you need help with a bill or two? I can help you with it. And so what happens is, oh, Chris is that person you can just call. You can just call. And then there's that season where you realize, like, okay, what have I done?
Oof.
What have I now created for myself?
Yeah.
Look at the standard that I now have put on myself.
Yeah.
I'm in this season, I'm really pulling back from a lot because of where God has taken me and the doors and the avenues that are opening. On my way here, everybody was calling. I need. And all I was thinking was, God, this is what I created.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
From the very first start. Because again, it starts as something small.
Yeah.
And then you make it your posture. And then when you tell somebody, oh, okay, I can't do it today, am I letting you down? You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is. Because you are a person of feeling, you know, it'll really get you. You be in there beating yourself up just because you told somebody no. But why do you rob yourself now? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then what gets you the most is because I waited so long to finally get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all that stuff comes with you saying no. Yeah. Well, why are you saying no now? You know, you it sounds foreign to the people. You know, you seem like a total stranger because you're now setting boundaries.
But that's what's needed. That's what's needed.
And typically, when you have to do it, thank you, Holy Ghost, God will begin to show you the people that really were for you, the ones that weren't for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm really starting to set a boundary. It's hard to set it because you originally have already created something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I first of all, I want to speak to the person that may be going through this presently. It is very, very weighty to walk around with that much burden on your shoulders and on your back, to constantly have to give and give and give. And God has never, 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 never called us to that place.
Right.
We are always supposed to be in a posture of surrender to Him. Right? I feel like when it gets off, this is what I was going back to what I was saying earlier about being outside of the will of God. Not only is He calling you to help others and love on people, He has also caused you to be a good steward for yourself, right? Because how can you serve? How can you first of all, hear from God, let alone serve and do all the things that He's called you to do, if you are constantly being Jesus Jr. to somebody else? You can't be God to anybody else. You have to learn how, and I said this in the last podcast, you always have to be at the feet of Jesus. Always. Because you never know where He wants you to be. You don't know what He wants you to do or say. And those same people that you are constantly pouring out, they will never know how to go to God for themselves. And that goes back to what you were saying earlier about doing a disservice, not just to yourself, but to them. And they don't even realize that's why it's foreign to them, because it's like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? They have not built that spiritual muscle to be like, okay, God, you know, I need this I need this bill paid, or, you know, I'm suffering with anxiety. It's always, let me call Marcell, but that's not how that's supposed to go down. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that, I just want to encourage whoever is currently going through that, put it down. Right. Tell them no. Right. Walk away. Right. And not to say that you're doing it in a distasteful way or
malicious way.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
You're doing it out of love, because number one, you are driving them back to the source, right? We have to take ourselves out of the equation. A lot of times we just go through life and we be like, yeah, no, I want to be all and serve all, but that's not, is that what God is calling you to right now? And if He's not, first of all, you need to go before God and pray and use your discernment to say, okay, God, is this the moment? And be okay with telling them, hey, give me a second. Let me pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Even if not, they get upset. That's their problem. But you got to go and consult God, because number one, you got to make sure that's what He wants you to do. Can
I just to what you're saying? Because that was a phase for me too.
Yeah.
But even in what we pray, right? Majority of the time we're asking God to take people out of things. But we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's more of God, really and truly allow your will to be done.
Correct.
I don't know what phase of life you're in, right? I don't know where your path is leading you next, because I'm not God. And so even in what I say now, I'm being more intentional, because I don't want to rob somebody else of, again, going back to the source, you know, because even with that, you know, you would know when you know God has not called you to be in that position, because you'll start feeling this fatigueness. And you're like, okay, burnout. Why am I feeling like this when I know I'm being a blessing? No. You're really being a hindrance.
Yeah.
Because if you make yourself their God, then that's what you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you step back and say, hey, listen, I know what I can control. I know what I can handle. And sometimes it's good just to be transparent enough to say, hey, listen, I've helped you enough. Yeah. And this season, you have to see what it really looks like to ask him for help. Because I may have really blocked you from seasons a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. And you don't want to find yourself that yes person, being that person that really blocks people from where they really need to be. You, again, thinking you're doing a service, but it's really a disservice. Yeah. Because, again, you're not taking it. The Bible says, seek ye first. Yeah. So when you get in a position to where you don't even think of him, but you think, let me call Marcell, let me call Chris.
No, baby.
And that takes back to that traditional way. You know, you find yourself being the savior or the lifesaver in the family, and everybody say, well, you got to have one. That ain't true. We can have more than one. Yeah. If we stop making things the way we make it, like the way we put it, the way we introduce it, the objective is to break curses, right? And a lot of times people be trying to figure out why my family going through all this. You don't even think, as much as you're thinking that you're being a blessing, you're actually keeping the curse going. Yeah. You know, and if you're going to be the chain breaker, sometimes chain breaking looks unfamiliar. Yes. You know, sometimes freeing yourself is going to hurt.
Especially if this is new. If you are, and just to add to that, if you are breaking a generational curse, it is literally something new. So nobody's channeled this road. Nobody's seen there is no blueprint. You have to be the person to do it. You are the blueprint. Right. So that makes sense for it to be formed, because it's like, well, what am I doing? That's why you, and going back to what you were saying about because I've heard people say that too. Oh, you always got to have one in your corner. You do. The one in your corner is him.
Come on here.
That's who need to be in your corner.
Really what it is.
And you allow, and the thing is, guys, not saying that you shut down your blessing when people want to give into your life and give you the things, because you don't know who God is using to bless you in that season. But to constantly go to one person or a select few of people, like you said before, consulting God or even praying about the situation, that's when you out of order. Because now you're looking to man to supply whatever it is that you need, instead of saying, okay, God, you know all, you see all, I need you to provide. And then he makes provision, not saying, hey, Lord, who can I? No, stop it. No, because that's not okay. That's not okay. Go ahead.
And just one thing, and I just had a revelation. Sometimes too, it can be a distraction, because you're the one that just basically identifies what you're really called to so much more. You could actually find yourself hindered because you're stuck in the posture of give. And so now you can't reach your highest heights. You can't reach your highest levels. The sky's the limit, and you still trying to figure out, well, what's going on with the sky? Because if it's the limit, but then you're not realizing that you've given so much of yourself to everything else instead of what God has truly called you to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's so good. And thank you for sharing. It is so good. I want to touch on identity really quick, because I believe that speaks to what you're talking about and this topic as a whole. I really want you, before you answer, I really want you to think about it and allow God to give you wisdom. But because this thing here, when I was thinking about the questions and all the things, I'm like, Lord, this is deep. This is deep. So the first one says, who are you when you're not helping people, producing, achieving, or showing up for everybody else? Who is that person?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's why I said.
So
think
who
about
am I
that.
when I'm not in that posture? Believe it or not,
yeah.
because I love to serve. I really do. And so I find ways. So I give myself a challenge. At least once a week, I have to bless at least 3 people. Because that's just part of my nature, right? But outside of being a server or a confidant or a leaning post, I am. Oh gosh, that's a good question.
That's why I said that. That's
a
exactly
great question, because
that.
outside of that, because I don't want to make everything deep, right? I
don't wanna, just let it flow.
Outside of that, because so naturally I'm fun. I love to have fun. But when I'm not doing that, it's hard to say, only because in a way it's really my posture. So it's kind of like, but I'm mindful now who I serve. Can I say that? Like, I'm mindful who I'm going the extra mile for. Originally, oh gosh, that's a really good question, because you about to make me get really deep.
No, okay, before you answer, the reason why is because I was watching Travis Green, and he has a series on God Plus. And this series talks about anything, God plus anything is an idol, right? It's supposed to be God plus nothing. It is all God. That's it. So I did not realize how much we turn things into idols. And then a lot of our identity gets shifted because we find value, we find our worth, all the things into stuff, right? Our culture, being black, all the things we do that, and it's just in our nature. That's learned behavior. But I want to speak to that because, and it's okay if you don't have an answer, only because I want the viewers to see how weighty that is and how easy it can sneak in. Because and I trust me, I understand. I've told this to people before. I understand the burden of serving. That God has embedded that in my DNA to the point where it'd be like, God, I don't feel like it, but I can't shake it. I see something, I got to do it. I got to do it. You all right? Everybody good? Let's, you know what I'm saying? It's just, but I think first of all, redefining what is your identity? How do you find your identity? And all of that rests in Christ. All of that. That's the first thing we have to realize. The second thing is realizing what is taking our focus off. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I said, who are you when you're not doing anything?
You know, to tell you the truth, it's so crazy you say that, because I'm not perfect, right? But when I tell you, I love God wholeheartedly. So like when I'm in my alone time, I'm probably a worshiper. I'm all those things before the fact that, and again, I'm not trying to be deep, okay?
Just say it. It's
love
fun.
the Lord, but it's because that's also part of my DNA, just who He is for me. And so, and that's why I was saying, this season of my life, I've been able to cut out a lot. Even when God is really getting on me, and I'm like, all right, Lord, you had to say it like that. Like, wait a minute now. But it's necessary. Because just to what you're saying, you get a chance to step back. And at first, when I first stepped back and I joined a new church, and I wasn't going to join the church, I was just there for apparently I have been visiting for 2 years. And then at some point I later found out that, I've been joining for 2 years. And I was like, so why won't you just join? You've been visiting all this time. And for me, covering was very much so still necessary. Having word was necessary. And I can go home and read my Bible and all those things. But, we grew up in ministry.
It's nothing like corporate.
And so,
the corporate gatherings.
And then when so I'm going to be very transparent. I have not been back to my church since September, October of last year.
Okay.
And for personal reasons, nothing with the ministry, but I know we serve an intentional God.
Correct.
So when I finally had a chance to step back from what I know and everything that was so familiar, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, what else do I do? Who else am I?
Yeah.
Because, and I have a friend now that says jokingly, he said, you waited this long to find out where you're going, what you're doing.
Listen.
But again, it was because ministry was the thing for us. And so, and not saying that God's timing was not good, because I found God at the age of 13. But can I tell you this? I am learning to love God properly.
Yeah.
Because when you grow up and you see what you see, you learn what you learn, you learn the posture of church. And so, and I've actually heard a minister say this: people can come in here and look super saved and it's on their way to hell. You can have learned so much of ministry, even with knowing so much word, you're still on your way to hell. And so in this phase of my life, understanding that God has not called me to be perfect. He just truly wants a yes.
Yes, come on.
And when I first found Christ, a lot of traditional people I was very much so connected to. So I didn't really know how to love Christ. I knew how to love church. And what that looks like, and showing up every Sunday and being, because these were things that said that you were a child of God. These were things that identified you as in a child of God. And so I remember 2017, I lost my grandma. And I remember my uncle called me, and I didn't know that she had passed. My sister called me first. And she said, you all right? And I was on my way to church. And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And she said, oh, you don't know. Don't know what? So she was like, well, right. And then it became, well, I don't want to be the one to tell you. No, ma'am, you're going to tell me. Because
don't do that.
Mother, you called me. Tell me what it is. And so, of course, she proceeded to tell me. And when everything came to it, all I wanted to do was be in church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of no friends to call. I couldn't think of nothing else. All I could think about was just being in church. And not saying, again, that it's a bad thing, but that was just my posture.
Yeah.
Not saying that church wasn't conducive in the moment, but this is what I know. And so my uncle was like, because it was me go to church instead of go to the house with everybody and take this in. It was more of, no, I'm going to go to church. I'm going to spend time there. We don't realize how much tradition hinders you from feeling. We don't realize how much traditions hinder you from seeing.
Wow.
You go with what you were taught.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And so when it's time to be vulnerable, does this mean that I'm weak in him? Does this mean that I don't know what I'm doing now? Do I not get the chance to be vulnerable?
Wow.
What am I robbing myself because of tradition? And so with time, I had time to see tradition has really scarred me.
Wow.
I never really cried like I wanted to. I never saw being in this posture now.
Because wow.
I could actually cry. Me and one of my coworkers were together because Lord, this is about to do something for me.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, I'm going to take my shoes off. This is really about to do something for me. But we were all together the other day. And I'm not going to call names, but you know who ended up having to leave. And to watch him become super emotional.
Wow.
For one, oh God, it was very much so, it was unfamiliar for me. Because I'm like, Lord, here it is. It's a grown man in front of me. And I got to give some empowering words to this man that is being so transparent in this moment. I want to take this moment just to encourage every man. I'm not saying cry every day. I'm not saying that, but take a moment for self.
Yeah.
Because to what we were saying in the beginning, how could you be conducive to anybody else, to your children, to your home, to your wife, to yourself, if you're yet robbing yourself of vulnerable moments like that and or transparent moments as such? We don't even sometimes get a chance. Like, I remember one day just saying, God, I am tired. And to hear myself say it, because for a long time, I kept this posture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so even to hear myself say it sounds so unfamiliar.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but everybody knows you. You know you. And so I'm like, okay, wait a minute, getting older. Can't keep that momentum,
Yes.
So it's a lot of things you start to factor in. But then as you factor in your reality, right, you start to really process everything that you've done wrong, everything that you did not do right. A lot of times we really don't value ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't respect ourselves enough. Then we get frustrated with the people that are handling us according to how we allow it.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But the reality of it is you set the tone. And so my buddy told me the other day, he said, we only handle what we allow.
Yeah.
So if you're getting frustrated over something, realize you've allowed this. If you're getting, if you feel full about something, or you feel it's because this is what you allow.
Yeah.
And now you're getting mad at somebody else for what you allow. You know what I'm saying? But I can say in that, I found out that I wasn't a person that really knew how to feel. Like, I knew how to encourage, right? But I didn't know how to feel. I blocked it all off. And it was because of the posture that I had.
Yeah.
If I don't feel, I can keep going. If I don't feel, I won't think about it. So you just move. And what helped me see that, and it takes me back to my grandmother. When she passed, the funeral was going on. And my cousins were like, you need to go sit. Don't sing. Don't do another thing else.
Yes.
But my inner man was saying,
get up.
But the moment you sit and you start to right.
Yes.
Because the moment you sit, you have to now think. You have to now feel.
Yeah.
You have to let all this stuff process.
Abort.
Right. Right. So now I got a big old SOS in the sand. Wait a minute. Hey, come get me, because I ain't gonna make it.
While still wanting to run away is crazy.
Right. And so you think to yourself. Wow. And so I didn't realize it right then. I realized it when my aunt passed away, and my cousin, she was just moving, and I was in the kitchen and I was trying to, serving as usual. And I was like, I said, cousin, you have to take us. She said, no, I can't. I need to move. And immediately it hit me, because if you stop to even process it just a little bit, it just may not go well for you. Yeah. And so you make it your business to stay strong. So what do we do to stay strong? We don't feel. We don't process. We avoid conversations. We avoid. It's like if it's something little that even make me have a moment. Yeah. Oh no, get this out of here. Take this away. But we don't realize how much we're robbing ourselves. Wow. Because how do you heal? You first got to feel. You get what I'm saying? How do you heal? You first got to process. You got to talk it all through. And so with learning myself now, maybe you can't ask me for nothing. Call my phone, you won't do. and it's not that I'm being funny, but it's more of me now. And that's why I said earlier, making sure that you're serving the right way. Yes. Or you're serving. Because sometimes we serve because it looks good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like,
going back to that work.
And so, but I want to break all this learned behavior because who I am naturally, who I am genuinely is good enough. Yes. Right? Yes. But what happens is you start to think, okay, if I change this, are people still going to see me in this light? Are people going to still see me as the server? Are people going to, at what capacity now are they handling me? Wow. If I step away, if I really start to feel, if I really like, what's really gonna go on? So I can say now, with learning my identity, learning who I am, and it's so crazy that you asked me this stuff, because, and that's why I was like, I didn't really get deep, because this is the season I've been in, where it's like, okay, who are you for real? Where are you landing for real? Even realizing all the stuff that I've done over time has really helped me up. Like, I had time to see, like, when I tell you God has been dealing with me, and I'm not saying step away from church to get it. I just had to get away from all the learned behavior. I had to get away from tradition. And even if it's just for a moment, I realize it's still necessary for me, because you hear all the chatter. And if you're not careful, you can deposit the wrong stuff. And so I got tired of the wrong deposits and or the empty deposits, right? Because anytime you deposit, it's more so for gain. I wasn't gaining nothing. I feel like I was still running on empty. You know, and when you can mask that so well, it's dangerous. Because it can kill you. You know, it can take you from here. And then the first thing people say is, oh my gosh, you're so strong. Oh my gosh, how have you made it? I know that you just recently buried your mom, but how have you been doing it? And you're like, hey, I'm making it. And it's by the grace of God. And not that it ain't true, but sometimes we have to hear how
we say what we,
you get what I'm saying?
We say what we need to get out of the
you
conversation. It's like, I'm good.
Right.
And we're going.
And moving along.
Yes.
And
right,
so
continue.
you realize, like,
wow.
But at some point, I have to face this. At some point, I can't run from this. I always tell people, and I'm telling you, God is just really, why did you do this to me?
Listen,
because,
this is
the
all
last
God.
thing,
What I tell you?
I'm going to let her ask her next one. This is the last thing, I promise. But even now, I've even had to encourage my sister with letting her know, sometimes the past, and it's the past could really hinder you from being the best person you could be.
I'm sorry, say that again.
The past could hinder you from being the best you can be. And what happens is, typically, because we hold so tight to all the hurt, all the pain, everything people have said, that, you know, you take that thing and you constantly remind, and that's what I hate about it. Because we remind ourselves of the very thing that's hindering us. Oh, well, so-and-so said this, or we ain't been talking for the last 5 years because of something small. And you think to yourself, but why? And then when you process, because we all learned this early, it takes more from you to be angry than it does to be happy.
Say that.
So why not just choose to be happy? And if that means facing something in the moment, face it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, this is where I am now. I can't argue with little stuff no more.
Yeah.
And when God started to tell me, oh, this business that you started 5 years ago, you didn't have to do a relaunch. If you would have just kept your focus and made the main thing the main thing.
Come on.
And so, and I'm telling, and I've been dealing with this because I stepped away from, I just wanted the chatter to cease.
Yeah.
Right? Because I need to think about where I am, where I'm headed, everything I didn't do right, because and I can't blame nobody but me. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, I've learned now that past stuff I can't hold. Some of us get mad because our parents ain't what we want them to be. Maybe when you realize that your mama ain't really had the best example, your daddy didn't. So then you start to move a different way. I've accepted the fact that daddy didn't get this.
Yeah.
I've accepted the fact that mama didn't get this.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be the train breaker, I'm going to show mama what it looked like.
Yeah.
I'm going to show daddy what it looked like. And sometimes it's just you. Sometimes it's just you too, reminding your parents, baby, it ain't too late. Now that I've made it clear to you that this is what I felt like I was lacking, you can do this, Mom.
Yeah.
You know, it's never too late. But what people do, they decide to become bitter. And then you hold it. And then you harbor. So every time mama call you, you got a tube. Mama trying to figure out why are you feeling like this all the time? Baby, because I'm holding something from 12 years ago that I never freed myself from. Yeah. And then if mama go, if daddy go, Now you hurting because all you thinking is about is everything that you knew you could have done right.
Yeah.
Everything you knew that you could have done different to break the cycles. And this is what I'm seeing with my identity.
Yeah.
Because all I've been told for years is that you're going to be the chain breaker. You're going to be the curse breaker. And at first, I had so much reservation because I'm like, first of all, Lord, do you see the family you gave me? Did you look at these people first? And you want me to be the one to... And it's not that he's giving you a position to be the one to take over. He just needs you to set the tone. And so for a while, I was like, okay, Lord. But again, you want me to set the tone? Do you see these people?
Yeah.
Just do what he wants. You get what I'm saying? Align yourself so that way people can see it. So when I was really into God and into the word and that traditional lifestyle, everybody seen it, and it was bringing people to church, but the moment I stepped away, people stepped away, and it was because of the tradition, right? It was because I'm depending on you. You know, you the person that's gonna pray us through. You the person that's gonna do your thing. The reality of it is that you have a prayer life too. Yeah. You can get close too. You know? All right, I ain't saying nothing else. Thank y'all for having me.
No, that's so good. And I believe so many people have dealt with that or is currently dealing with it. I know that is something that I personally went through. Just seeing, you know, how life transpired and how you grow up and you're just like, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. Like, you think that's the normal. I would want to ask you, and I think you talked about it a little bit. What does faith look like when life feels unclear or overwhelming?
Faith is truly what it is. It's blind. It's what you can't see, but you just got to keep holding tight. And if I be a child of God, right? That means that everything that is promised to me is going to fall in place. Yeah. It don't always feel good. Can I get deep?
Go ahead.
Because listen, because I hear the scripture toriates.
Come on.
I hear them. But Romans 8:28, and it does sound typical, but it's real. And we know that all things work together for the good of them that love God and are called according to his purpose, right? And so it may not look good, but it's working for me, right? I may not understand it, but it's working for me. I may get a little frustrated in this season, but I have to tell myself, but it is working for me, for my good, but for his glory, right? Because he get the glory out of all things. We are in seasons in life, like, you know, prime example, watching my mom, you know, my mom going through the situation of having a stroke and watching her recover. Sometimes you want to get the bigger picture of why you're having these experiences. Because sometimes in your mind, you think, okay, my house is exempt from some things. Yeah. You know, some things won't touch my doorstep.
Say that.
That's what you tell yourself until you realize, no.
Nobody's exempt.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So it's going to show up. It's going to look unfamiliar. But where's your faith? And I remember, and I'm being very transparent, I was actually sitting working on a catering event with someone. And I got the news about my mom. And believe it or not, I was so traumatized from the way it happened, just my mom having this experience. And so for a while, I wouldn't even go do any catering events with this particular person. Because I felt anytime I sat with this person, I was going to receive, like, it really traumatized me. So I stepped away from business for a little bit. I was passing up opportunities because in my mind, the moment I sit to create another menu or another plan or a seating chart, maybe something's bad is going to happen. And, but I remember that day leaving and I got wind of what happened and I was flying down the road. And the Holy Spirit reminded me that we have a relationship. Yeah. And his words clearly to me was, we need to talk. And I ain't gonna lie, I had an attitude. I'm telling y'all the truth, saints of God, I had an attitude. I said, yeah, we do. Because what's good, this mama, you know. But then I remember, if he truly is the same God, and it's all cliche stuff, it's the stuff we hear, but if he's the same God back then, he really is the same God now.
Listen,
right? And so
they hold more weight when you
get
go
what
through.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my biggest thing was people don't believe prayer is the answer, but prayer will really get you through all things, really. And so I remember getting to the hospital. They better have my blessed oil.
Come on.
Because we're going to touch heaven.
Yeah.
Because I know, and the Bible said, well, 2 or 3 touch and agree.
Yeah.
And so when I
He's
came
in the midst.
and that's my thing. So what you do sometimes is you put God to the test. If that makes sense. It's not that you're playing with God. So hear me well, y'all deep people. What I'm saying is take him at his word.
Yes.
Right? Just for what he said he'll do. What I realized with Christ through my life, through knowing him, he loves when you put him to the test. Ooh. Like when you say, okay, God, I see I have to step out so you could step in. Oh, he honors that. Yeah. And he'll blow your mind every time. Yeah. And so when we got to the hospital, we prayed. The first thing that got them was she was alert. And when they even made it to my house, they kept saying, oh my gosh, she's talking. And all I kept hearing God say that I just want to remind you that I am God. Come on. Because sometimes in seasons of our lives, we can take God being God for granted. Yes. We can take it light because, you my friend, we do this all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Up until a faith situation has to apply. Come on. And you're like, okay, wait a minute. Now, God, we've been riding good. What's going on? This is a little different for me. But what I can say too, because of faith, it'll make you go a little deeper. It really would. It'll make you go deeper. That's deep. It really would. That's deep. But faith really is blind. You just you walk on something, not knowing. This is just prime example. And people will say this. You will use this chair, for example. Maybe I sat down knowing this chair was going to hold me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sit with the intentions of it not holding me because I know its purpose, right? Yeah. And so that's really what faith is. Yeah. I'm going to walk in with the idea because I know you, God, right? I may not see it. I don't know how many screws in this thing, right? But I know that you set me up, that you're going to sustain me. You're going to keep me. So when I think about faith, I think about all the things that he adds to it because you decided to apply your faith. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. That's it. Nothing else. No, you're fine. No, I definitely can understand and resonate with what you're saying. There are so many times just in my own life, dealing with the passing of my mom, my grandmother, all the things, it holds, like I was saying earlier, it holds more weight when you understand. I truly believe that people cannot minister properly until they've gone through their own fire. Absolutely. What God is calling you to, and it's I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, it's very unfortunate. It's not, but it is. A lot of times what he's calling you to, you can't speak to it until you've gone through it with him. And when I tell you there's that passion that's burning on the inside of you, it's like, oh, I want to help the homeless. I want to blah, but you can't understand if you ain't never been homeless. I want to help the battered one. You can't understand until you've been battered. So a lot of times he is tried by fire. You get what I'm saying? So to that person, I know there are people that's probably watching like, well, I pray and, but I'm exhausted. How do I pray? And I'm not confident. Can faith and uncertainty dwell in the same realm? Can I tell you? Yes. It's your person. Because if you're going to trust. If you're not, you're not. And then I get it because we're human. You look at the natural side of things first. Correct. Before you decide to get spiritual. And then don't let it get worse when you don't finish praying. Because now you thinking is, okay, God, where are you? Where do you hear me? What's going on? And then even that, because then that's that identity crisis thing too. Because then you start thinking, well, what did I do to have all these things to come in my front door? It's not really, God, what are you building me up to be? You're thinking to yourself, truly, did I cause something? How did this become a part of my fate? How did this become a part of my destiny? How did I cross paths with this stuff?
Yeah.
You think those things. A lot of us in here now could say that we've seen things we never thought we'll see.
Oof.
We've experienced a type of hurt we had never thought we would experience. And that takes you back from realizing you're not exempt. You know, the Bible says, many are the afflictions of the righteous.
Yes.
But he'll take care of all of it. He really will. The Bible also let us know that the righteous even suffers persecution. So when you know that, your posture becomes to get different too. But like to what you're saying, but there are seasons because what God is truly calling you to, people got to know that you know what you're talking about. Yeah. People want to know that you can attest to being homeless. Yeah. You can attest to losing a mother. You can attest to losing a child. Correct. I just watched this lady the other day on social media, and a lot of people, I guess her followers were kind of telling her she's, I guess, a little too much about her child being dead. You can't tell a person how to respond, first of all. Okay. But can I tell you what the first thing was she said? And this is what got my attention. Now, her appearance kind of threw me, Saints. But then, because, her appearance threw me at first. And, but she ended up saying, you know, you can't tell me how to respond, or you can't tell me to get over it, because you ain't the person that sat in that front seat yet. You haven't buried a child. You know, so it's like, how do you tell somebody how to cope? I can't tell you that. When you lost your mom, all I kept thinking was, Lord, I'm going to need a pack of cigarettes. And then they might as well get ready to put me in the hole too. Because that's something no one could ever be prepared for. Yes. And then after watching people go through grief, and a lot of times I sit home and I watch a lot of videos. Sometimes heartfelt stuff, sometimes just stuff to educate yourself. Because the older we get, we start to forget little stuff. Yeah. And but watching this video, and there was this lady, they did this thing about people that lost moms. And this lady was Sarita Jakes and her daughter them. And so I don't own the rights to calling your name, so don't sue me, Sarita. But the lady that we're interviewing, she made it clear, like, here I am, 60 plus years old, and I still long for my mother. And I'm thinking of, like, Lord, the time is going to come for me. And you mean to tell me no matter how old I get, I'm still going to look for my mama? You know what I'm saying? No matter how long she's probably be gone at some point, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to have moments where I'm going to look for her. You know, and it was like that for me losing Auntie Set. You know, she's like a second mom. And so, like, just yesterday I was watching a video of my mom and her surprise party, and all I can think was my auntie was in the hospital through all of this. All I wanted to do was show her at least what was going on. Correct. And to know what you feel, you can't change. To know how bad I yearn for you, or I desire for your presence to be here, I can't change. So then God started dealing with me with that. And I was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to take that. Yeah. Because you mean to tell me anytime I really want her here, it's nothing I can do about it. It's nothing I can do. I was like, oh yeah, this is not pleasant. This is not. Listen. And so you go through these things. You accept the experience. You learn to trust God through the process. Is it an easy process? No. But you learn to say, okay, God, because it's true, everything that is presented before us is really to build us. Yeah. And sometimes that shaping and molding and pressing could be so ugly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It could be so ugly. And you just think to yourself, well, like, God, no, you couldn't have did this. Yes. No other way. You know, oh gosh, because I could do this all day. But just even when you hear news that you're not planning to hear, you know, you apply your faith. But then that's when the people, like, because once you know, you know. Yeah. Because God still has his will. Yeah. And so then that's where that part of when you pray for healing for someone on this side, it's not that God doesn't do it. He does it how he does it. Correct. So it's either you're healed here or you're healed there. Yeah. But you're still going to get it. And so But that comes with experience.
Yeah.
That comes with shaping and molding and pressing. And sometimes you're like, okay, Lord, you don't squeeze all the juice out. How much more press? How much more press you can get?
Yeah.
But then that's when that blind thing steps in called faith.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the evidence of things not seen. You know?
Yeah.
And so it's what you don't see it. But I was always reminded, if you have to see it before you see it, or you never will.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like setting yourself up for it. You know, I can see a 64-inch on the wall back there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, how are you positioning yourself to physically see it, to make it tangible? Yeah, I prayed about it. Now, what else are the next phases?
Yeah.
And so going through that, you learn like, okay, God, faith without works truly is dead.
Yeah.
So now I have to apply the work. Yeah. I have to do the stuff. And mind you, I'm still healing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still processing this phase, but I yet have to work.
Yeah.
Because you promised me in the end,
yeah,
it's going to look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it may not feel good right now. Yeah, I may not understand it now. It may not make sense to me. I get frustrated in the moment. Sometimes I'm like, okay, Lord, look here. That's what we're doing. You know, but and when you have that rapport with God, you can do it. Because I'm a friend of his. Yes, God. EBDI. But I'm going to leave that alone.
No, but that's good. That's good. First of all, thank you for that, because that is so weighty, and I would love to dig deep into that in another episode.
Yes,
but
I'm coming back.
Yes, he will be back. But before we go, because it's another aspect of this topic that I really want to touch on, because I believe it is so vital to the conversation. But before we do that, I want to publicly say to you, thank you, because I don't know if you saw the last podcast that me and Mama did.
No, because I heard it was super. I was like, okay, Lord, because I don't know if you're going to be emotional.
So no, it was good. I got feedback where people was like, it made me cry, it made me laugh. It was like a full good episode. Right. So if you haven't, go watch that.
There it is.
Praise God. But anyways, I want to say thank you, because on that episode, we talked about, it was a tribute to our mom. You know what I'm saying? Coming off of Mother's Day, we really wanted to just honor her and just give language to, though we are or have experienced that level of grief, God is still good. Right. And the joy of the Lord is still our strength. Right. So we really wanted to add language to that. With that being said, my sister sat right where you are sitting, and she thanked you for being the only person, literally the only person within the family or the people that were in our circle to come and check on her as a person, not just as a child or like, oh, okay, you good. All right. And we're going. It was like, how are you? And I've seen you do that with so many people, not just with me, but so many people. And I want to just, like I said, publicly thank you for always having that posture of, okay, let's slow down, because I know it's a lot. Okay. How are you doing? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know there was times you would call us, you would bring us food, all the things, but you would call us and be like, do you need a ride? Like, you want to just go ride by the beach? Do you want to just go whatever, just so we can get out of that, like, just that circle of darkness and like sadness. You were trying to literally pull us out. And I'm thankful that you did that, because just hearing her story, I'm like, dang, like, I didn't know it was like, you know, I mean, I know we were all grieving, but I'm like, you know, because you be so wrapped up in your own thing and trying to make sure everything good. It's like, dang, you sit back and hear people's stories, like, wow. So I'm like I said, I wanted to publicly thank you, because that, you know, you didn't have to do that. It could have been just like everybody else. And not saying people did not check up on us, y'all, but from her testimony, it was like, listen, out of everybody, Marcell was the only person that was like, hey, listen, are you okay? Like, and took her aside and really poured into her. So like I said, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
You kind of make me emotional.
No, for real.
Can I say this?
Sure.
For one, gosh, I love y'all so much. Okay, I don't make it to everything she invites me to. Okay, I'm gonna put that disclaimer out here, because they talk about me, but I know they love me. But I do want to say the love that I have for you all. One thing about it, You know genuine people. You know real people when you know them. And even the fakest person can tell you a genuine person.
Yes.
Right?
Say that.
But you all, like, the love that I've gotten from all of you from day one was just always genuine. I was going to say it was always love. That's what to say. But it really is. And then, of course, just with time, because I mean, I'm a big fan of your mom, big fan of Auntie, like everybody. And then it was just things that I was able to learn because people don't know. Like, I was able to watch you along the way as we came up, watching your mom, watching Nana, like different people watching you come up. And it's a genuine thing about all of you. Like, the love is there. And then there's such an innocence because knowing everybody, there's never been something done out of malice. There's never been things done ill will. Whatever you decide to do, you give it 110.
Yeah.
And we can feel the love behind it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't say that. You know, like, I don't have to wonder what headspace you in this week. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not in the best mood that day, the crazy part is that prayer is still your answer. You know what I'm saying? And
listen, you got to
right,
you got to right. I'll be nuts.
Right.
Yes.
And so sitting back and thinking of just the posture of you all, knowing the role that Auntie Keisha played, because she wasn't just a mom, but like she's a best friend. You know what I'm saying? She was a confidant. And anybody that gravitated to her would know that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and of course, I know the love for mom because I know everybody ain't crazy about their moms, but I knew y'all was crazy about because she really is like, she's the heart. She's the heart. And again, just how much I love her. And so T had even gotten the news was already too much for me.
All right. I would love to touch on a topic of rest, right? Okay, so there's so many that I could go into. It's so exciting. Okay. The first of all, I want to say that rest is more than sleep. Okay. I think a lot of people equate that too, because that's just what we know. Like, oh, I need to go rest. But essentially, rest is a vital part that God has called us to. Just like in Genesis, when he said on the 7th day, he rested. Like, he did what he needed to do, and then he was done. So, with that being said, with all of the things that you talked about today, and really just doing a deep dive into your past and even what you're going through currently, what does real rest actually look like for you now?
It's funny you say that because I'm getting a balance only because I have projects that I'm working on behind the scenes. And so my biggest thing is creating a balance. Now, if I can quit my job right now, it'll make everything so much better. And it's not that I can't, because I can probably go ahead and just quit my job. Lord, I hope the people don't hear this. But for me, it's creating a balance because I have my rest seasons and then I have my seasons where I don't really rest as I should. And it's all me. It could be me. Well, it is all me because you choose what you do. But I would most definitely encourage any and everybody to be strategic. Like, know what you're going to do. One of my bestest of friends, his dad is that person. He'll come off of work, set up his project that he's going to work, say maybe doing a car or something, or maybe start a new sidewalk or start a pavement, whatever it is. But in between, he'll go take a nap. If he finds it necessary, if he feel like, okay, I've reached my limit, I'm gonna go rest up, and he don't care if all his friends sitting outside. They know it's nap time for him. You know what I'm saying? So, and it is necessary because it's a big factor with health. You know,
that's good.
And so when you become more strategic about it, And it's okay to set that boundary with your friends, your peers.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may get mad. You go to bed early. The other day, my cousin called me. It was only 8 something. Baby, I'm getting ready to lay down because I know what my body is saying.
Yeah.
And lately, it's so funny you asked me this question because I've just been saying this nonstop lately, that health is wealth. And again, rest plays a major factor. And when you don't get what you need, it doesn't make sense for you to give all this energy to all these projects and all this stuff, but then you're not here to reap the benefit. You're not here to see the gains. You're not here. And so I would just encourage you to be more strategic about rest. If there are days, even if you have to set a rest day, you come home from work and you know, after that, I'm not doing anything else. I won't leave my house. I've just set myself up. Not just, but I want to say for like the last 2 months, I pulled back from cooking dinner every day.
Wow.
Because that was a thing. I want to cook every day. I could save money. You know how I go. But then you start saying, okay, maybe I can afford to spend $20. I can afford to spend $15 on something. But cooking is just what I do. But then I realized if I come home from a long day of work, you still got to stay in the kitchen. You still got to prep. So then I started telling myself, okay, even with this, be more strategic because you don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything all the time. So again, just being strategic. And I had to learn that the hard way. So rest is starting to look better for me. It's just that now that I've picked up these projects, I'm now creating a schedule for myself.
So I want to, because y'all, season 2 about to be crazy.
It's going to be fire.
It's going to be so good. So I want to give just a little preview of that. And I'm by asking this question. How do you create a sustainable lifestyle instead of constantly recovering from burnout?
Do everything with intention. When you set your plans, meet your plans. There are times you're going to find yourself being lax. If I know I can't have meetings at home because home is a comfort place. So baby, we're not gonna get much out. Because if I get a glass of wine, baby, go back home at that point. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So you have to be strategic. Even with this new project, and it's so crazy you asking all the right questions. But even with this new project, and when I tell y'all God is doing something, but with this new project, me and my new business partner, that has been our thing. Being intentional, being strategic, being on time, meeting what we said we're going to meet, because it's easy to lack. It's easy to slack. It's easy to fall off. And so you just have to be intentional and make sure you're executing. If you're saying, okay, this week, I'm going to have the game plan for the next following 2 weeks. Make it your business to make that happen. If that means staying up an extra hour, at least you know tomorrow, because you free yourself from the torment of it playing back in your head because you didn't execute it. All those things. Then you free yourself too from beating yourself up for not sticking to your word and or dragging things out. Because the objective is to break cycles, right? So you don't want to find yourself doing that. So I would tell you, most definitely be as strategic as possible and execute. Execution is everything. Create a checklist. I write everything down. Like I really do. I have to see it. I know my bills every month, but I still have to see it. You know what I'm saying? So that way I know what's going on, because I may want a new pair of shoes this month. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Or I may want a new hairstyle this month, or I may, whatever it is, or I may decide this month I want to go to the spa. Things like that. That's good. Just being strategic. But can I go back to one thing? Sure. In resting, just like how she was saying, it's not always about sleeping. Sometimes a rest day could be treating yourself to the spa. Yes. Or a day of going to the beach, and just that serenity is everything. Find you a safe place. Find you a safe haven. Because you're going to need people to talk to as you go through your phases of life. But all these things are necessary for what's building you. Yeah. And so you just make it safe for you. You make it conducive for you. Yeah. Because you can't think in chaos. Yeah. You can't process in chaos. So then you start finding ways to make peace come to you.
Yeah.
You know, set that type of standard for yourself as you execute. Because all those things factor into your rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest is necessary, and it looks different for everybody. But like you said, it's not always sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a day of pampering yourself and being able to breathe. Sometimes shutting your brain off is necessary, and it helps with your rest phase, you know?
Yeah. Y'all know I have talked about self-care on here so many times. But just to echo what he's saying, it is so vital that we step away. If you look at the life of Jesus, majority of the time he separated himself, whether he was going to go pray, go think, just sit with God, sit with himself, because sometimes too much, you know, of anything is not good. So you want to have those moments where you are like, okay, right now, I need to step away. And like you said, it could be the beach. It could be taking a walk in the park, like anything, just to kind of isolate yourself, not for long, but, you know, just isolate yourself so you can gather yourself. And then what I want to piggyback on what you were saying earlier about working smarter and not harder. Like sometimes you do have to give a little bit more effort to create a cohesive life. Like, okay, so this day on Friday evening, I'm gonna clean the whole house. That way Saturday I can lay down. You know what I'm saying? Or Saturday I can go out and do the things that I want to do. So it is vital that, like you said, to be intentional about how you go about getting your rest. So I wanted to plug that in. We're wrapping up here. I wanted to ask 2 questions to kind of seal up this episode. And the first thing is, what boundaries became necessary for your healing?
The biggest thing was learning that no was a complete sentence.
Okay, pause. Because whoa. Because like that is so deep. Because people don't understand that, like, and I just want to add this because there's so many times in my life, you know, when you grow up with
Yes,
when you grow up with a mom that is like, listen, you know, it's always like, no, you got to be, you know, God is looking at your response and all the things. Sometimes you have to be so careful. This is why you need your own relationship with God. Not saying that their moms are wrong, but what worked for their time and their season, that's their stuff. You don't know what God is saying for you. But I want to say, like, there's so many times where that whole concept and mindset sometimes will make you feel resentment towards your no. Like, I love my family, but sometimes we get on each other's nerves. And it's like, I need a moment. But no, you know, you gotta love your family, be around them. But if I know it's not working, we're clashing, we need to maybe separate for a while. You know what I'm saying? Or something as practical as like, hey, I don't like the way y'all wash dishes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it my way, you know, or I need my own place. Like, it's so many different things, but it's the simple things that matter. Like, no, I'm done. No, I'm not doing that. No.
And the crazy part
it's so good
is to that, because what she's basically saying is that we beat ourselves up for the no. But who's to say that that's right?
Exactly.
And so, but this takes me back to that whole traditional thing. Because just to what you're saying, mama wasn't wrong. God is looking at our response. But no is okay. And typically you're taught, yes, just makes things peaceful. Yes, but baby, my objective is not to, because I can't give you the peace that he can.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I can't touch what he can do. I can't. And if I have to say no, I just have to say no. For a long time, I didn't know how to. For a long time, all I thought about was everybody I'm going to let down. Because again, I created this persona. I have this posture. So it's kind of like, I know you're going to show up.
Yeah.
You know, I know you're going to come through. And then when you can't make it, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And then you already beating yourself up. But now the next person that wanted you to show up is making you feel just as bad. Meanwhile, you had a logical reason
yes
for why you said no. Maybe because you pulled a muscle. maybe because your car wasn't acting right, or the case may be. The thing that gets me though is when your no isn't really being respected. Is as if you have to give an explanation to your no. That's why I like the idea of now telling myself I can just say no, and no could be no.
There it is.
Why do I owe you something now at this point? No is just no. And that's just that. If I can make it, I can make it. And because you know me well enough, and see, this is stuff they forget. They forget all the things you do. It's the moment you can't do it. That's when you're the problem. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, well, dang, what happened to all the yeses I gave you?
Like, for real. Track record.
You get what I'm saying? And you get one no from me, and now I'm difficult, but it's okay to say no. Because you got to do it for you. Yeah. Right? You got to live for you. My grandmother told me this before she left. She said, Marcell, she said, you make it your business to help and you want to be there. She said, and you don't know how to say no. She said, but if you're not careful, people are going to kill you. And y'all know the saying, they kill you and move on. I want to find another Marcell that I can squeeze into this position. They may not be able to do everything he can, but I know they're not going to tell me no. And so I can hold somebody else to that standard. Let's just move on. Oh, let's go to his funeral. What they cooking? Oh, okay, we're going to eat. We're going to, they're going to fall out. Then after the funeral done, everybody moves on. Yeah, ready. And you were now just robbed of maybe another 40, 50, 60 years because you just didn't know how to say no. Yeah. And it takes me to even while we were saying we tolerate what we allow. Yeah. I legit just had, can I say something? Good. Okay, in the line, because we're talking about my mom with them, okay? But I love my mom with them, all right? But I had to also help my parents understand I'm not a child. Yes, I'm your son, but I'm not a child. So you can't little boy me. You can't just, I'm 30 plus years old. I have my own place, I have my own car, I work my own job, I have a degree, you know what I'm saying? These are things I did for me, not with the help of you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't sit in classes for me. You didn't, you're not pacifying me now. So don't feel like you have to handle me in such a, no. Yeah. So you then have to, because once you get to that phase of your no, you then start teaching people how to handle you. Yeah. You then start like letting them, okay, no, we're not doing this. Or no, we're not going, no, I'm not handling that. Or no, this is it for today. And it's okay. Yeah. I've been manipulated sometimes because people are doing. Yeah, they will. They'll play on your feelings, your emotions, especially if they know that your heart is good. Yeah. It's easy for them now. And so with witnessing things like that and being in a posture of such, I really had to say, okay, listen, I said no. Bye. And that's that. See you later. Right. Why am I now explaining myself? And so then I started telling my parents, respect my no. I don't owe you nothing. I shouldn't have to explain nothing to you. I walked off of a job just like you did and walked in this house, and I'm trying to get rest just like you. You know what I'm saying? Be fair. Consider me. And typically what happens is the people that want the yes, they don't consider you. The only time you come to mind is because I know you'll say yes. Yeah. That's the only time. And then when you start to show them and break it down, it's like, oh, okay. And I mean, people will manipulate it. Oh, okay, so you want to act funny today. Or why can't you do it? None of that's necessary. What am I explaining? What am I talking to you for? I said no. Yeah. Just respect my no. Yeah. And now, especially when you can do that with your mama, baby, you can do that with anybody. Okay? And so being able to do that with my mom and my dad, it has helped me now. Because, and I listened to Taraji. Taraji, I don't own the right to say your name either, okay? But I listened to Taraji B. Henson say this the other day. She was on Sherry Shepherd's show. And she was basically saying that people make it as if you're a problem because you state the truth. You're a problem because you don't let people just handle you any kind of way. Well, if that's the case, then I'll be a problem. But I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. You know what I'm saying? People don't always want your transparency. Yeah. They'll tell you they do, but when you give it, they don't want it because it's not what they was hoping for. baby, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so even in that, if I have to tell you what it is, and I'm going to do it in grace because I know better. I know presentation is everything. I know how to approach you. I know how to handle it.
Yeah, we're going to walk in love.
You get what I'm saying?
But we're going to say what we're going to say.
Absolutely. And then I will tell you, but don't crank me up now. Okay? Because I love him. Keep praying for me. All right? But just it's just that space. Because then what that opposite party doesn't realize is that you realize these people never respected you from the beginning. These people never appreciated you from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was what I could get from you.
Yeah.
And so when you break it down like that, they got to just sit back and process it.
Yeah.
Granted, am I wrong for allowing it so long?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is my fault.
Yeah.
But now I'm right in my wrong.
Yes.
And if you can't seem to get with it, then that means I may have to just cut off ties. But because you can't tell me you love me, right? But then you mishandle me. Especially if I make it clear to you that I don't feel like you handle me properly.
I wanna say this because this just dropped in my spirit as you were saying that. For the person that may be watching and feel like, all of this is good and I'm loving the advice, but I don't have the boldness to do that. Pray and ask God to, that really just fell in my spirit. Pray and ask God to give you the boldness to stand strong in what he's called you to do. In these no's, in these standing up for what's right, a lot of times God is separating you for a season, right? And even in that season, it's okay. It is okay to be in that season, to be isolated, to be separated, because there's a work that he's doing in you. There's a stretching. And even in the no, right? That's a stretch too, because we're so used to be codependent on each other, which we don't realize that at first because we'd be like, oh no, but it's still a codependency. And I'm speaking from experience. Pray and ask God to give you the boldness to stand on your 2 feet and stand on his word and say, listen, God has not called me to that. Right now, I can't do it. And be vulnerable enough to say, I don't have it. I can't go. I don't feel led to go, right? That is so vital. I feel like so many times we have this people pleasing, whatever going on, and we get wrapped up in that, and then we start to feel guilt. Lay that down, okay? Because that could be a trick from the enemy as well. Like, oh no, I'm just gonna have you so busy that you can't even focus on what God is calling you to. The devil is a lie. Don't get so busy that you cannot hear from God. Don't get so wrapped up in, oh, I'm doing it for God. No, you got to do it with him, right? So I just wanted to speak to that person, whoever is watching or listening, saying like, hey, this is good, this is helping, but I still don't feel motivated. God will give you that motivation. He will give you that boldness to stand up right before your enemies or even the people that you love and say, hey, I can't do it. I love y'all, but I'm going to have to step away. And it's okay. It is okay. Do it in grace, do it in love, but be okay with your no. Okay. Yeah, that just fell on me so heavy. I'm like, listen, that was about to make me cry. Okay. Just to end off, if someone is listening, feeling exhausted from carrying expectations, where should they start? Like, okay, it's my first step. What do I do?
You start with you. Because can't nothing happen unless you make it happen.
Come on.
Can't nothing change unless you make it change. I want to go back and just say this, because this has been on me since I started talking. Be mindful what you feed yourself. Because sometimes we're not feeding ourselves enough. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like naturally eating. I'm talking about like spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Be mindful what you take in. Some people don't listen to positive stuff. Some people aren't saying, even if you have to encourage yourself, feed yourself something good every morning. Drop a nugget, find you a podcast, find you a speaker, find you a motivational speaker, something that's going to get you going. If it's your song, if it's whatever it is, get you something on the inside of you that will help you daily. I know everybody isn't as spiritual. And so that's why I encourage podcasts or motivational speakers. Find something to where you're feeding yourself good, because what happens is if you're not depositing good things, and if every time you turn around it seems like something bad is always happening, you're not going to know how to feel through life. If you don't even know how to encourage yourself, you're not going to know how to make it through life. You're going to feel like it's always me, or why is this always happening, or best. What are you? And then be mindful what you speak over yourself. Be mindful what you tell yourself. Be mindful what you're willing to deposit from somebody that may not even be, and it's not faith-based, but somebody that can be as positive, or somebody that can give you some tutelage or some not. If you ain't careful with these things, it make all this stuff, it just makes everything feel as if it's piling on you. You will continue to lack rest. You won't have peace because you don't know how to see about you first. So once you can take all the extra fluff out the way, make you perfect. I listen to a lot of parents, and parents say, well, I'm doing this for my kids. No, baby, do this for you first. Oh, I'm doing this for my wife. No, do this for you first. Because then you can be the best husband you want to be. You can be the best wife you plan to be. You can be the best mother. But if you're not making sure you're right, you can't. I'm telling you, you will always feel like you're experiencing burnout. You would always go through imposter syndrome. It's like you'll feel like you're under attack by the enemy, but it ain't even that. You're your biggest problem at that point, because you're not being mindful of what you're giving yourself. If you just, because it's so imperative. Some mornings, if I ride in silence, I'll pray the whole way to the job. If I'm not doing that, maybe I'm going to listen to some worship, or I'm listening to some positive affirmations or a motivational speaker. But every morning I make it my business to get something deposited in me. Because y'all know your morning don't always start the way you want it. So you have to know. And so I would say, if you want to make any adjustments, you first got to start with you. Some of us, to what we were saying, identity, a lot of us still don't even know ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You realize that you've masked so much stuff. And when I tell you so much, that there's layers and layers and layers of different personalities, facades, different emotions. And so as you're taking the masks off, you realizing, like, dang, I've really had to search deep for me. When you get to that place, you start to done away with all that. You know what I'm saying? You start to let all that stuff die, because the objective is knowing who you really are. If you can't think about self, there's this new song I heard, I Celebrate Me. And it's a lady singing it, and she is talking in the tense of for a woman, but it's empowering for everybody, because people don't know what it looked like behind closed doors for you. But as long as you know how to keep you first, along with Christ, you gotta, baby, listen. People say you crazy if you talk to yourself, then be crazy. Because I tell myself, okay, Marcell, you got this today. Marcell, you can go another round. Marcell, God has made some promises to you. Marcell, you're closer than you think. You have, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's really nothing wrong with that. But again, if you want any changes, if you want to make some adjustments in life, if you feel like things need to be altered, it first starts with you. It's what you allow, what you accept, because you can change it all. You can make that difference with just making the simple, and I mean journal. If you got a journal, whatever it requires to make sure you're feeding yourself right, you're dying away all this stuff. Sometimes it requires a fasting. The Bible says these things come by fasting and prayer. Some things require just more than prayer. Some things require you to turn your plate down. Some things require you to really be prostrate, on the floor, on your face. Some things require that. But again, it's all necessary for you. If you can't see about you first, everything else that comes, it's going to seem like everything else is just a burden. It's going to seem like you can't understand life, or you just feel like you're overwhelmed with everything. And then that's when that woe is me situation. Maybe everything happening to me. But what have you done for you lately? You know what I'm saying? Because things could be great. If you doing good stuff for yourself and life is still lifing, baby, you like, but baby, I just bought them brand new shoes. Baby, I don't care what's going on today. I can't wait to wear them shoes this week. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's things of that nature. But the objective is celebrating you first, making you 1st. You make you first. And that's how you get closer to God. The Bible says, seek ye first. If I'm in my alone time like I should for me, I can then seek him. You know what I'm saying? If I could be done away with everything else and I make it about me, me and him, that's all I really need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have to see about you. All right, I'm done. Thank you, America.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna wrap this up. This is the first time I've ever done this on this podcast, but I'm gonna give you some homework. Okay. So the question, it's only one question. The question that I want you to write down or even just think about is, in a perfect world, what would a sustainable, peaceful life look like for you? I'm gonna do it myself. I pray that you do it too. Because there, like you said, there's so many things going on in this world. There's so many things that will be, added to our life. The Bible even talks about us having trials and tribulations already in life. So it is vital that we set time aside, one, for God, and two, for ourselves, to be able to just get a clear mind, to see what's going on, figure out our next step, and allow us to be able to be calm and relaxed to deal with the things that are added with our lives. And then the last thing is, I want you to think about this. And this is something I wrote down in my notes. You don't have to have everything together to deserve rest, love, peace, or grace. Okay. That felt like that was so weighty because
really good.
Yeah, we are always working to get something. Like, put that down. Okay. God has given us love and grace and mercy freely. Okay. You got to work for that. You do not have to work for that. So just relax, take a deep breath. I know this was a weighty conversation, and I hope if you did stay to the end of this podcast, thank you. I hope that this podcast helped you. I hope this episode, pricked something in your heart, and God really spoke to you. If you feel like it helped you, please share it with somebody else, because you never know how this can help. What you was gonna say? Yeah.
Hey, people. I told you I wasn't gonna say nothing else, but I lied. Forgive me, Lord. I do want you to know, everything that was said here today, everything that the whole questionnaire, all those things, for the individuals that may struggle with identity crisis, saying no, setting a boundary, setting a tone, being your own individual, stepping out, being more comfortable. All those things can be dead away. Everything that you feel like is a challenge is only a challenge because you created a challenge. Like, you make it that. If you just walk in it, everything, I promise you, just starts to line up. You'll begin to see yourself on platforms you never thought. You will see doors open that you never thought. But if I could say one last thing to that, is I want to encourage every individual watching, as you go through life, we just want to be mindful how we handle one another. You can't control what the next person do. You can control what you do. So when you're doing what you do, and you're encountering these people, and as you're going through these levels and these phases of life, you don't have to change for anybody. You don't have to find yourself falling subject, because when you're a leader, you're just a leader. It's just what it is. For the people that are going through this identity crisis and you feel like you can't fit in, and this is a discussion we had behind the scenes. I know you're supposed to say that kind of stuff.
No, you're fine.
But this is a discussion we had behind the scenes. Sometimes God, believe it or not, God birthed leaders from the people you least expect, right? You'll be like, okay, I'm quiet. But in reality, that's not what he's called you to do. He didn't call you to be to yourself or in a corner. And I can attest to it. You know what I'm saying? You can attest to it. But that's what God does. He has a way. And so when you start thinking you don't fit in, or this is not for you, it's because that's really what it is. It's not for you. The way God sets us all up everybody has some form of leadership in them. Now, I will tell you this. It's okay to follow when you follow with good intentions, because in order to be a great leader, you have to know first how to be a great follower. But it's what you're following. It's who you're following. You know what I'm saying? If it's not with intentions, and if the purpose and stuff don't line up, it'll look weird. But don't question your abilities. Don't feel like you can't do it. Nobody's better than anybody. We all bleed the same way. Well, I ain't gonna say we bleed the same way, but all our blood is red. You know what I'm trying to say. But the reality of, and I'm just saying this just to empower somebody. You can do it. You can make it. It's truly, and I'm not gonna say it's only a test. It's a part of life. Life is gonna bring about some things, and you just gotta know that if anything new crossed my path, if I walk outside right now and I have 2 flat tires, I'm not flipping out. Lord, because maybe these 2 flat tires just stopped me from an accident. You know what I'm saying? If you can find the brighter side, or tell yourself whatever you got to tell yourself to stay focused, stay positive. But don't find yourself settling. Don't find yourself falling in line with something you don't agree with. Because I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not conducive. Yeah. All you do in the end is you become angry with yourself, because you knew that this is not even my person. This is not something I would typically do. This was something that I don't even go for. But because I wanted to be accepted, baby, break past that. Yeah. When you get past people and the thoughts of others and their feelings, and people are going to talk regardless, whether good or bad. People are going to have an opinion. That's just life. But you got to know what you're going to let shake you, what you're going to let move you. And at the end of the day, is you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody has something. Because we're authentically us, that means that he's expecting each one of us to bring something different to the table. You have to be okay with that. Your mac and cheese ain't going to look like my mac and cheese. Correct. Your ingredients is going to be a tad bit different. I know what I like about your mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is there's nothing set to be done the same. So be okay with just being your own individual, setting your own tone, and moving forward. I just want to add this. In the Bible, it talks about that we are all one body, right? And there are, I might be the arm. Go ahead home. Yeah, I might be the arm. He might be the leg. But it all comes together for the goodness of God, right? So, yes, you may be different. Yes, you may be the awkward one. You may be the nerd. You may be whatever, right? That does not make you less than. That does not make you insignificant. God made you, and the Bible says, come on. The Bible says that we are created in his image, okay? So never feel like you are less than, you are insignificant, you don't matter. No, that is not the case. And if anybody is telling you that, you need to remove yourself from that person. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And even then, the enemy will try to speak that to you. No, if you're not fitting in, that's for a reason. Okay. Jesus ain't fit in. He had his people. And then even some of them people, he like, oh yeah, I got to go and go be with God. Separated. Yes. So it is okay. It is okay. So I want you to understand we are all one body. We all have different functions, different looks. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what size you are. I don't care what you think. We are all made for one purpose, and that is to give glory to God and to spread love and joy and peace and all the fruits of the Spirit. Okay. So I just want to really, really just pour into you. As always, y'all, if you have something like this that you're going through, or there's some answers that you need, please scan this QR code so you can send in whatever it is that you are going through, and I will try my best to add or give those answers to you. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. TikTok is coming. Just stay tuned. But yeah, on Instagram at the Practically Answered Podcast. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.